opening statement from Coach Jack, and then we'll take questions from the student athletes first, and then dismiss the student athletes and take questions from Coach Jack.
The first quarter was really kind of stagnant. I just loved our energy, but the energy didn't connect with other energy to create the synergy, and I just really couldn't figure out what that energy was all about. It almost seemed like it was a nervous energy. Tough game we had against Penn State. I think that is a carryover from there, but it was really neat to see that, these two right and left decided to come to the show and do it themselves for a little bit. Then the others came on, and I'm really excited about the team effort at the end.
Questions for Tisha?
Deja, what got you going in the second quarter?
I just saw that we didn't have too much production, and I just tried to light the fire. And once I did that, everybody else woke up. So I just saw that we needed something to be lit or started. So I just went to work.
Did that come with an emotional response? Were you vocal, or was that just you playing on the court, getting a few buckets?
Yeah, it was just in my play and my performance.
Did you feel anything different in the first quarter that once you got to the second, you started to figure things out?
No, it was the same feeling. I was just trying to figure out what could get us going, and if it wasn't anybody else, then it must be me in my mind if nobody else was doing it in the first quarter or in the second quarter. So I just decided that if I go, maybe they'll follow, and that's what it resulted in.
What's the hard hat represent?
You answer.
The bling for being the bomb and all the little things. We got the points, one thing, but the energy on defense she did, the loose balls she went after, all the intangibles that you can't see on stats. That's the person that's going to get the bling for being the bomb. And we decided to put a little hard hat together because it's all about toughness, right? It's all about blue collar. It's all about the things that you can't see is really what represents the win. And not only did she score buckets to get us going, but she lit the fire for everybody else to catch on. And so we selected. She is the bling for being the bomb.
Deja, you got going in the second half. What were you seeing that allowed you to get some open looks to the basket?
I'm not really sure. I think it's just a feeling. I seen how aggressive D was. She's kind of looking at me to pick it up, and I'm like, nah, you hot. But so I think it was just she kind of just started it, and I just followed.
As players, what does a win like this mean after Penn State earlier this week?
It means that we know what we're capable of, and then it was just a bounce back, and for us to I feel like that kind of was a reality check for us as a team, and we may have took that team for granted at halftime, but the results didn't come in our favor. So I feel like it was a reality check, and now this game was just a bounce back.
Felicia, in the second half, it seemed like the bigs were the focal point of the
We're going to
offense.
let those guys more questions for the players because we'll let these guys go. Because the players are going to answer first, and then I'll let them go and shower, and I'll stay at the end. Sorry.
Are we good with the student athletes?
Also,
Yeah, I'll say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, ladies. Sorry.
No, sorry about that. In the second half, it seemed like the forwards were the focal points of the offense. How did you think of Lewis and Strong down low offensively?
We just really feel like we got to get our bigs involved, and it's a long season, and we need to show them respect, by saying that we're coming to you and through you. And the shots didn't go in like we wanted them to go in, but we still stayed with them as long as we could. And then we went away and came back at the end so that they can understand this is not just Tisha and Deja's show. It's all of us that are in this foxhole together telling our story, and we all have something that we have to bring. And, every player wants to score, so we want to call some things for them specifically. And I think that they really felt good about that.
And Lewis's blocks at the end of the game, did that light a
I'd
fire?
like
for
to
you
look
guys?
at that second one to see if that was a foul or not. I'm not certain if it was. I'll watch.
Monday through Sunday.
it seemed like in the first quarter, Bucknell had a couple of easy drives to the basket. Did you make any defensive adjustments after that first period split?
Yeah, we had to because we were an X and out because I know we played them last year when I was with my previous school, and they got us on the X out. They got us on the X out, and I knew they were expecting us to do the X out, and so we decided that twos, not threes, and you on your own. You know, you against her, but the straight line came too swiftly, and we decided to go back to what we knew. But that was in the third quarter. And now it's a disruption in what their mindset is, and I think that we confuse them a little bit defensively. And, we put Cheyenne McEvans out there as well, and once she came in there with the 4-minute mark of the third quarter, the intent, she's all about. I mean, you want to keep her as long as you could, but then you put her out there and you go a 4-guard lineup with that. I think that we can be pretty good. Could be special, but the game was still in the balance. We were up by 12, but Cheyenne came out there and ignited the flame, and we were able to, we did whatever Shai told us to do, basically.
Number 52 for Bucknell, the forward, Schaffer, she was the second leading scorer coming into the game. How did you guys neutralize her? She finished with no points.
Stretch is a difficult player to go up against, and she's going to make you decide how good you want to be that particular day. Unfortunately, at their last game, she didn't emphasize her talents enough, impose herself enough against Penn State. But we looked at film, and she realized that she, wasn't significant out there, and we needed her to be significant. And every time that kid got the ball, it was like white on rice, and she was definitely taking her out. Credit to Stretch on that.
So staying on Emma Schaefer, she also led their team in rebounds. She was nowhere near what she has performed this season. What was the strategy going in to stop her from dominating on the rim?
Oh, it's not about stopping anybody to rebound. We are a very good rebounding team, and I think that we were under our average. I think we're averaging about 45 or close to almost 50. I think that because DH shot the ball so well, and Stretch was mad at DH in the locker room at the end of the game, saying, you got to miss a couple more shots so I could get my 3 rebounds, and that was just a fun little thing. But no, we're not afraid of anybody, and they're scoring or rebounding. We have a job to do about who we are, and it's never about emphasizing stopping her. It's about becoming who we are supposed to become. And unfortunately, we didn't play that second half of Penn State the way we wanted to. But here on out, we just got it. We know better, so we're gonna have to do better. And what we can do is rebound. We can close the lanes up a little bit more, and we can box out and we can run. And I think that anybody can be able to do that. We're gonna face some tall teams for sure. Teams that's more gifted than us. But as we stay true to who we are, I think we have a shot to be really special.
How'd you feel Georgia performed in the starting lineup today?
Georgia's special. She's great. She just came back from the flu, and I think she played a little bit too many minutes. I thought Karen's going to come up and touch me on my shoulder, but I just needed her to get her wind back. And tomorrow we're going to get her going again and get her cardio together, and so she can be ready for the next game. But you can tell she was a little bit winded. I think she's just a special young lady, and as long as we're winning, she's excited.
Do you think we'll see Willie in the starting lineup more on as the season goes?
You know what? It doesn't matter who starts, it's who finishes it for us. And I don't want our team to ever get hung up about, the crowd said you didn't start, so you became something different, or you're good now because, we're in the foxhole as a team, and we're going to, whoever emerges, the 5 that goes out there, the 5 that's going to end it for us, they need to be ready as well.
And how do you keep this momentum going forward into next game against Purdue?
We're going to enjoy today, we're just trying to really like each other. We love each other, but we're trying to like each other because we're all still fresh. It's 8 months in, and it seemed like forever, but it's not a long time. And so we're not going to go forward with Purdue until we really celebrate today. And then the coaches are going to watch some film tonight and tomorrow, and Sunday we're going to try to beat Purdue. It's going to be tough. They're really good, but we're becoming.
Any more questions for Coach?
Yeah, sure. Do you have a pie of choice, Coach?
It's sweet,
Thanksgiving pie?
I got some. Nobody make the sweet potato pie like my mama. So my nephew promised me he's gonna make a sweet potato pie like mom because she before she got Alzheimer's, she gave him the recipe, and so I'm hoping I didn't have any pie at all. So hopefully Tiger, if it ain't good, I'm gonna throw it in his face, and that's what families do, right? So happy Thanksgiving to you all.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Coach.